Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome in to the regional championship here at Scioto. A little bit of a special presentation from us at TSSR. Glad you're alongside here this evening for basketball action. We are at Scioto. I normally would be on the sideline, but Carthage and Nauvoo-Colusa in the regional championship here, and we're bringing it to you live from West Prairie. Oh, what? Well, I already got that. Okay. Mr. Finch trying to help me out there. Can't fault him for that. So, all right. Well, I'm going to do my other job. If you've not listened to any of these games, I do both jobs here at West Prairie. So as we get ready to go to our national anthem here. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this regional championship contest at West Prairie Junior Senior High School. The matchup between the Carthage Blue Girls and the Nauvoo-Colusa Vikings. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, please remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and now let's meet the contestants for tonight's contest. First of all, wearing the black uniforms and the visitors on the scoreboard tonight, it is the Nauvoo-Colusa Vikings. Starting for the Vikings tonight, number 1, Taylin Denning. Number 4, Katie Lemaire. Number 14, Scarlett Yushkas. Number 23, Macy Haas. And number 43, Josie Scott. The Vikings are coached by Shannon Smith, assisted by Kenny Haas. And now the home team on the scoreboard, the Carthage Blue Girls. Starting tonight for the 21-1 Carthage Blue Girls, number 3, Maya Shotwell. Number 11, Ellie Gillette. Number 20, Callie Robertson. Number 22, Malia Renteria. And number 33, Eddie Carlisle. The Blue Girls are coached by Madison Harmon, assisted by Brandy Williams and Danielle White. Your officials for tonight's game are Ryan Fletcher, Luke Wickman, and Perry Ellingbo. Good luck to both teams this evening. And now that I've got my other duty done, we can buckle in and do a game here. Skylar Martin, big fella, helping me out here tonight. So say a shout out to him. He doesn't get, we only have one headset tonight, but he'll doing his work here. Robertson will jump it up along with Haas. Nauvoo-Colusa gets it first. Yuskis Going to work it out there as Blue Girls going. Man on man, getting it into Euskis. In the lane she goes. Lost the ball on the floor into Blue Girls. It is Shutwell bringing it out of there. Shutwell bringing it out of there. No score here so far. Opening quarter of this regional championship contest. Shutwell dribbling down to the near side. Gives a look in at Robertson. And now comes over, swings it out over for Carlisle. In the lane to Robertson. Robertson down the lane. Scoop shot no good. Euskis snaps up the board, and she'll bring it up the court for the Vikings of Nauvoo-Colusa. As they bring it up here, going to work, Robertson looking down, out to Euskis. Euskis pops the three, no good. Rebound pulled down there by Lemaire. Bounces out of bounds, it'll go over to the Blue Girls. No score here so far, 5:11 mark of this first half of play. First quarter, I should say. 6-minute quarters in junior high. As Shutwell brings it across the lane. Dribbling down to the far side, gets a pick from Robertson, goes in the lane, kisses a little glass, puts it up, puts it in, and good. And the Blue Girls are on the board at 2-0. Euskis going to dribble up, gets a screen from Haas. Haas with it out top, holds. As she waits for a pick from Lemaire, trying to get past Robertson. Wants to come back to Euskis, looks to her, gives it to her. And she'll dribble on the way, picked up there by Renteria. Now switching defense by the Blue Girls, dribbling in. And Robertson's going to tip that out of bounds, scooped up and kicked out on the outside for Denning. Denning trapped to Haas, and they're going to get a push foul on Callie Robertson. First on her, first on the team. Now remember, folks, if you haven't watched basketball for a while, the new rules are it is 5 team fouls in a quarter, puts you to the line for 2. There is no more 1-and-1, and the fouls reset every quarter. Inbounds to Haas. Haas will dribble it on the way here as she looks to come to the far side. Coming down there, cut off by Gillette, rather, to Euskis. Euskis, 16-footer, bounces off hard off the rim. Fight for it, and we've got a foul whistled. And they're actually going to whistle that one against Nauvoo-Colusa. It is going to be on the Blue Girls. That is their second team foul first. Called on Carlisle. And Nauvoo-Colusa will have the basketball underneath the basket. 4:07 left to go here in this first quarter of play. As looking to bring the ball inbounds. Waits. And then on the 5-second violation, I'm not really sure she didn't step on the end line as well. Shutwell dribbles it up here for the Blue Girls. As they go back to work, dribbling toward the near side, pick from Robertson, come down in the corner. Denning trying to get out front underneath, shot on the way, no good. Euskis down with the board, and she'll lead the charge for the Vikings. Looking for Haas on the near side wing. She'll dribble drive in the lane. 7-footer, the layup is good. And the Vikings are on the board at 2 apiece. 2 apiece here, 3:34, clock rolling, first quarter. 1-2-2 zone put on here by Nauvoo. Actually looks like man-to-man. They hand it off to Carlisle. She'll go against Haas, turned. Robertson with it, running kind of a wheel out top. To Carlisle, she'll fake, look to dribble lane, goes in. Layup is no good, and Haas comes out of there with it. Macy Haas looking to push. Now slows it across half court, and she and Robertson, that's a pretty darn good matchup of 7th graders there. As Haas drives lane, shoots shot no good, got her own rebound, put it up no good, got it again, got it up and in. The Vikings take their first lead of the first quarter, as it is 4-2 now. 2:51 left to go here in this first quarter of play. And Shutwell coming to the far side now, looking at Carlisle. Nice setup. Carlisle misses. Rebound Robertson out to Shutwell. A dribble drive toward the lane, and that one blocked by Euskis. Shutwell got it back. Reverse no good. And Haas pulls it down amidst a host of Blue Girls. And we've got a jump ball. Possession arrow says Carthage. Subs for the Blue Girls, Elliott Supernaut and Charlie Weishart will check in for the Blue Girls. As Renteria and, well, we'll catch the other one in just a second. I believe that may, Shutwell in to Supernaut. Back to Shutwell, who dribbles it. Spinning toward the lane for Robertson. Robertson, couple of bounces, back to Shutwell. Shutwell holds as they work down to 2:20 and rolling in this first quarter. 4-2, Nauvoo-Colusa in the lead. Weishart a couple of bounces to Carlisle in the far corner. Swinging back to Supernaut. Supernaut dribbles down, hands off to Shutwell. Shutwell holds, looks to dribble into the lane, kick out for Supernaut. She'll eye it up, come to Shutwell, down to Carlisle. Carlisle thought, bouncing into Robertson, picked away, nearly taken away by Lemaire, and then brought out the Blue Girls again. Over for Weishart, rather. To Carlisle, she'll spot up the three. It is long of the mark, and we've got a foul from behind. Supernaut will pick up the foul from behind. And it makes it 4-2. Nauvoo-Colusa will come back the other way. I know Supernaut is, I believe, a 5th or a 6th grader. Here comes Yuskis, dribbling across half court. Weishart will match her up. Gets a pick there, and we've got an offensive foul as Denning, a little too hard on the pick, came up and really set those hands. You can't put your hands out like an offensive lineman. 4-2, 2-point advantage here now for Nauvoo-Colusa with 1.5 minutes left to go. Dribbling down around here. Shutwell going to come to the outside to Weishart. Bobbled a minute, got it back. Passes for Shutwell. As she is watched by Lemaire. To Weishart with Denning. Carlisle and Haas locked up there in the lane to Robertson. She is fouled on the way in. Foul going to be called on Josie Scott. And I'll tell you what, folks, if you do me a favor, we do have a chat feature on YouTube. If you'd go in and tell us where you're listening to us from, I would be appreciative of it. Callie Robertson up at the free throw line for the Blue Girls. Shot is up and on the way, a little bit shy. And I'll tell you from playing on this is our home court at West Prairie, these rims are awful soft and they will play some awfully weird bounces. Shot up and on the way, no good, and snapped up by Haas. Haas going to lead the charge. She wanted Denning, wisely pulled it down. Now she and Robertson locked out up top. Haas to Yuskis. Yuskis looking to dribble down, spins in the paint, might put it up, and Supernaut has picked up her second. Well, you got 5, you might as well use them all. Yuskis up to the free throw line. Well, she'll try to bump the lead up. Free throw is good. Second one ready and up and on the way. It is good as well. And it makes it 6-2, 4-point lead here for Nauvoo-Colusa. Shutwell dribbles down, wants to reverse, goes back to Weishart as they run the kind of a wheel offense. Ducks down the lane to Carlisle. Carlisle looking to dribble on Haas, nearly lost it. Winds down, swings it over for Shutwell. Shutwell coming in the lane, bouncing for Robertson. Shot is off the glass. The kiss is good, and it is 6-4 now. 6-4 lead here for Nauvoo-Colusa. They bring it in the lane to Lemaire. She'll dribble on Shutwell, put it up, won't go. Rebound right there to put the biscuit in the basket is Josie Scott. And the Vikings reclaim a 4-point lead. Weishart going to dribble baseline. Shot is up, no good. And the rebound fought for, tipped out of bounds. It'll stay here with Carthage. Shutwell brings it in, box off inbound set. Waits to trigger, looking, and a 5-second violation. I'll tell you what, these defenses, folks, are dialed in here tonight. Have to say a shout out to my old buddy listening out there, Mr. Keith Yex. 10 seconds left to go here in this first quarter. Haas going to dribble with 8 with 7. Whips it. Nice pass on the outside. Putting it up and in is Aubrey Newland. And a 10-4 lead here. Shutwell up with it, but not enough time for a shot. At the end of one quarter of play, the Vikings have pulled it out to a 10-4 advantage over the Blue Girls here. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
And we are back here as Kenny Haas and Shannon Smith talk in the huddle to the Nauvoo-Colusa Vikings here. And folks, I got to say, if you don't know who I am, name's Greg Phelps. Worked for WCAZ Radio for many, many years. And I guess it tells you how old I am, because many of these girls I had games with their parents in. Macy Haas, I think the Eustace girl, Lemaire possibly. Callie Robertson, I know. Carlisle, probably Shutwell. Supernaut, of course. As we come to the second quarter of play here. But enough about me. Let's talk about them as the Vikings work it. Haas out top there. Out to Eustace in the corner. No good. Rebound going to be snapped up by Lemaire. And she'll bounce to Denning. Denning, couple dribbles and a little extra dribble with it. And that'll make it. It's 10-4, opening part of the second quarter play. 5:40 mark here. As bringing it on the way is Shutwell. Shutwell dribbling it up here. Wants to come near side, switches over. Back to the far side in the lane. Shutwell puts it up. Got it! And the Blue Girls cut it down to 10-6. Haas across the timeline here, matched up on Robertson. Down it comes to Eustace on the pass. Watching the cut go through. Bounces it up to Lemaire. Lemaire spinning in the lane, bounces out. Back to Haas. They kind of work a triangle on this near side. Haas going to pull the step back three, is no good. Rebound fought for. Newland's got it. Trying to clear herself with Carlisle. Nope. Rebound underneath. Tipped around again. Newland grabs it down, and we've got a foul on the floor. And that is on Carlisle. I believe that's her second. Now remember, the fouls reset after every quarter. Box offensive set here on the inbounds as they bring it in. Lemaire into Haas. Haas going to cross over Carlisle. Goes up, got the basket, and good. Macy Haas makes it 12-6. Nauvoo-Colusa, 4:45, clock rolling. As Shutwell brings it out there and throws it nearly through the legs of Carlisle. That was Gillette. Carlisle trying to bring it to Robertson off her leg, and the Vikings pick it up. Haas leading the dribble. As Eustace going to set a screen on Robertson, trying to work her way down on Gillette. Out to Denning. Denning fakes, drives in the lane, shoots it up, won't go. Rebound tip, and Haas is down with it. Haas dribbles in the lane, kick out. It is Lemaire, 16-footer, no good. Rebound tipped in, and down with it is Shutwell. Blue Girls off on the run. As Shutwell holds tight, dribbles toward the lane, spins it down. Haas switches on her now. Got a mouse in the house in the lane with Robertson, and Shutwell's patrolling back and forth. Lemaire trying to get it, and Haas going to tip it away over the top. Blue Girls set it up here. Again, box offensive set. Most people use that. As the inbound's going to be triggered in, it is looking. They looked at Carlisle, coming to Robertson instead. Robertson holds, off to Shutwell. Shutwell wheeling. Work down to 3:50 and counting here in the second quarter. As Robertson holds in the near side baseline. Pass up to Shutwell. Working against this 2-3 zone of the Vikings. Over to Carlisle in the corner. Up to Shutwell, bounces. And bounces, works out over there. Renteria. Shutwell's looking to go in the lane. Haas causing trouble. And Newland's out of there with it. Newland to Eustace. Eustace over to. Works it over for Haas. Haas dribbling out top. Works on Robertson. Pulls it up out for Lemaire. She'll spot that jumper. It is good. The Vikings give their largest lead of this first half, 14-6. And we've got a timeout called by the Blue Girls. It is Nauvoo-Colusa 14, Carthage 6, right here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Minimally invasive surgery offers a variety of benefits to the patient. We are now able to offer patients a variety of operations with small incisions rather than big open incisions. The surgeries that we can do now, minimally invasive, include bariatrics, hernia repair, colorectal surgeries, faster recovery, smaller incisions, faster time back to work.
Hey, folks, and I'd be remiss if I didn't throw out, please say a thank you to Mr. Dwayne Hulett, of course, the owner of TSSR Game Time Live, putting us on the internet, done all by the magic of advertising. We're glad to do it here. I guess you could call me the coach. I do coach West Prairie junior high basketball. And happy to kind of be here and watch this. It has been a good game here so far. We go under 3 minutes, first half. Blue Girls down by 8 as Shutwell goes back to work. Trying to wheel and work, fires a shot up, no good. Got her own rebound out to Carlisle. The step back is good off glass. That is just a 2. And man, the Blue Girls cut it to 14-8, and thanks to Keith and Ann for telling me Elliot Supernaut is a 6th grader. Couldn't remember which one it was. Hassan Lane's shot is up. Yes! And it counts. Foul will be on Shutwell. Macy Haas, of course, mama is Kayla Parrish, or Kayla Haas, I guess I should say. And that one bounced off the no good as it bounced off the wire. And so it will be no good. It is 16-8. On the floor for Carthage, it is Shutwell, Carlisle, joined by Gillette, Renteria, and Robertson, their starters. Carlisle in the corner, bouncing to Robertson. Robertson up on Newland's not going to go. Rebound, Haas had it for a second, pile up on the floor. They go to the video review, and it will be Carthage basketball. We'll get the Nauvoo-Colusa lineup for you in just a moment. As Shutwell triggers. Brings it out on the outside to Renteria. Renteria to Shutwell. Shutwell on the dribble drive, going to pull it out there. Waits and holds. Swings it for Gillette down to Carlisle. Carlisle looking for Robertson in the post. Had it go through her hands, and Dennings out of there with it. On the way, they'll bring it out of there. It is Haas out top working on Robertson. Going under 2 minutes, first half. As they lob it in the lane to Lemaire. Lemaire, you better get out of there. She's getting the campfire smoke, but that one, Haas put it up in the lane. No good. Newland, the rebound, can't get it to go. Haas, the rebound. Shot on the way, another one, and we've got a foul. And that foul going to be whistled on Callie Robertson. Haas at the free throw line. Free throw's good. And the lead is up to 9 at 17-8. Minute 46 left to go here, first half. Second one, Haas up and perfect. 18-8. Lead here for the Vikings. A minute 40, clock rolling here. Lemaire out top, going to lock it up on Shutwell. Gets a screen. Now they'll bring it out to Gillette over for Carlisle in the lane. Tried to get it in, and a tie-up. We've got a tie-up. It'll go to Nauvoo-Colusa. They keep trying to load Robertson in there, and I will give Nauvoo credit. They have shut that off pretty well. Gillette comes out as Supernaut comes in. Blue Girls will lock on pressure here. Staple of this program for eons and decades. Or decades of eons, or eons of decades. Euskis across the timeline working on Supernaut to Lemaire. Lemaire holds, waits, and bounces out to Euskis. And they're going to whistle in illegal screen on Haas. 18-8 here. Back come the Blue Girls. Minute 10, clock rolling. Carlisle, Robertson, high post, double stack set here. And they're going to whistle Shutwell for a carry. And I'll tell you, as someone who experienced it, when the Blue Girls get on with pressure, it makes it tough. Now, Nauvoo-Colusa pressures as well, so they should be used to it. And that one nearly tied up. Lemaire with it, working it up the floor to Newland. Newland driving down, matched up on Carlisle, steps back, shoots shot no good, and Supernaut with the rebound. Supernaut up to Shutwell. Shutwell drives down the near side, 48 seconds, clock rolling here, 18-8 lead for the Vikings. As she goes to working around, gets a pick from Carlisle. Carlisle come back the other way. They'll put up the three, three, ring it up for Carlisle. And it is 18-11. Big basket before the end of this first half. Euskis to Lemaire. Lemaire stuck in the backcourt, bouncing for Haas. And Haas is going to get away from Robertson. Up to Denning. Denning down to Newland. Newland fakes, puts it up and in. Fake Carlisle out of her socks. And it's 20-11. 13 seconds left in this first half. Shutwell loads it. Gets a screen from Robertson in the lane. Layup is good. Makes it 20-13. Haas dribbling, and that's the end of the first half. 20-13, a 7-point lead here for the Vikings at the half. And folks, we have got a good one brewing here at Scioto. You are watching TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
At Country Financial, we enjoy serving the community in which we live, big or small.
I love living in the Blandonsville area. It's where I grew up, went to school, and decided to raise my family. I never had a desire to live or work anywhere other than in a small town. I feel lucky to help my longtime friends and neighbors with their insurance needs. It's like working with family every day.
I'm Brett Powell, your local Country Financial representative, whose door is always open to work with you.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there is limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
Skip adding detergent to every load with the Load and Go dispenser. Choose from models that hold enough for 20 to 40 loads. With select models even adding a second compartment for fabric softener. So clothes get the care they need, and you can skip adding detergent every time. The Load and Go dispenser, now available in 3 sizes. Brought to you by Whirlpool.
Welcome back here to Scioto. I thought I would go through a little bit of where each of these teams go. Now, tonight, of course, they will square off here. The winner of tonight's action will be heading down to, as he finds it in his paperwork, they will heading down to Virginia. That'll be coming up on Wednesday, November 29th, will be the sectional contest. And, of course, we'll feature the schools from these 2 areas. And it seems like they take a long gap in between those, but that's what the date says on there as regional, the sectional number 4, Wednesday, November 29th at 6:30 p.m. Of course, take off the Thanksgiving week. And it will feature the winner of this group against the winner of the Bluffs, Liberty, Unity, Brown County, and Virginia. And I was going to check who that would be. It will be either Liberty or Bluffs will be the one that they take on. They take on the 2 other ones of interest going on over at Brimfield. It is Brimfield taking on North Fulton here tonight. And that one is not quite underway yet, as that'll be underway at around 6 p.m. this evening. At Table Grove VIT tonight, Lewiston takes on Havana. That one just about 7 minutes from tipping off over at VIT. Now, I did want to talk about, guess what, folks? We'll be back here coming up on Saturday. There'll be 2 games on the docket here for the 8th grade. It'll be the Nauvoo-Colusa Vikings taking on the West Prairie Cyclones. That'll be at 10 a.m. On Saturday morning. And then coming up, it'll be La Harpe taking on West Central on the 18th as well at 11:15. The winner of Nauvoo-Colusa and West Prairie will take on Carthage. That will be on the 20th, which would be Monday, 5:30 p.m. here at Scioto. And then Hamilton will take on either La Harpe or Central, West Central. And that one will be at 6:45. Now, just some other area regionals of interest for you folks. It'll be ones I want to talk about over at Virginia. As Virginia will take on Brown County at 10 a.m. Saturday. And then coming up, they will not play again until the Tuesday, the 21st. Winner of Virginia and Brown County will take on Liberty at 6 p.m. on the 21st at 7:15. Bluffs and Unity, they'll wrap that one up on the 22nd. Over at Brimfield on Saturday, it is Knoxville taking on North Fulton at 10 a.m. It'll be Elmwood and A-Town at 11:15, and Williamsfield and Bushnell-Prairie City at 12:30. Now, Brimfield on Tuesday will take on the winner of Knoxville and North Fulton. The winners of Elmwood, A-Town, and Williamsfield and Bushnell-Prairie City will square off immediately after. They'll wrap that up on the 22nd as well. Over at South Fulton at VIT, it is VIT taking on Creve Coeur Parkview at 10 a.m., followed by Illini Bluffs and Illini Central at 11:15. Lewiston takes on Bartonville at 12:30. Havana will take on the winner of South Fulton and Creve Coeur Parkview at 5:30 on Monday the 20th. And then the two winners from the second two quarterfinals will square off in action at 6:45. Those are just some of the 8th grade regionals and all that coming up here. Just thought I'd drop a little knowledge on you, as we always used to love to do. Do want to thank our fine sponsors here. One of those, JoJo's Gaming Parlor, offer the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game nights, check out the TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH Events, live on the big screens. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located at 776 North Cole Street, Bushnell, and cheer our area teams on to victory. Having slow, unreliable internet just doesn't cut it in 2023. MTC Communications offers lightning-fast, reliable fiber internet, video, phone service, and camera systems to the McDonough, Hancock, Henderson, and county areas. Visit mtc.crowdfiber.com to check your availability. And we want to thank McDonough District Hospital athletic trainers and the MDH Rehabilitation Center, with locations in Bushnell and Macomb, provide expert help to all our student athletes in the prevention, care, and rehabilitation of all athletic injuries. Learn more at mdh.org. McDonough District Hospital, more than hospital care, a hospital caring. I'm going to stop off to wet my whistle. If you're playing the home game, consume, as it's 20-13. Nauvoo-Colusa leads Carthage at the half. You're here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Minimally invasive surgery offers a variety of benefits to the patient. We are now able to offer patients a variety of operations with small incisions rather than big open incisions. The surgeries that we can do now, minimally invasive, include bariatrics, hernia repair, colorectal surgeries, faster recovery, smaller incisions, faster time back to work.
Find the right cycle combinations. Simply choose what and how you want to wash and dry to help keep clothes looking their best. Intuitive Controls, brought to you by Whirlpool.
Joining you back here, and hey, if you could do me a favor, those of you tuning in tonight, if you could let us know exactly where you are tuning in to us from here this evening. We would love if you would do so here, and appreciate you staying with us on through the evening as we bring you TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH Events. Just about ready for the second half of play here, and I will turn down my phone, which See, I do a little bit of everything. Starting the second half here for the Blue Girls, it is Shutwell, Gillette, Renteria, Robertson, and Carlisle. Their starting lineup here. And I assume Nauvoo-Colusa won't do anything too silly. And indeed, it is Haas, Denning, Euskus, also joined by Scott and Lemaire. It is Blue Girl basketball to start the second half of play here. And looks like Nauvoo-Colusa going to go man on man. As Shutwell dribbles the baseline, cut off by Haas, looking at Carlisle in the post, trying to get her set up on Lemaire, nearly picked away by Haas. Bounce out, and on the way with it is Shutwell. That one's going to bounce, and no good. It'll go over to Nauvoo-Colusa. Just underway here, second half. Blue Girls will press. Into Haas. Haas working her way against 3 Blue Girls. Winds her way across, comes over to Lemaire. Lemaire controls it, looks to come back to Euskus. And actually picked up her dribble, needs help, bounces to Haas. Haas going to hold it out top there, looks to wheel into the lane. Nearly lost it, fight for it on the floor. And they're going to whistle a jump ball, possession arrow. We'll say Nauvoo-Colusa. 7-point lead here. Lemaire looks to trigger. And actually, they're going to move it up to. Now, one of the things they did, there are set spots on the sideline that they use for bringing inbounds. One of the rules changes they made. Lemaire having trouble getting it into Haas finally. Haas puts it on the bounce, dribbles past Robertson, drives in, and we've got a block called. That block's going to be whistled on. Bounce in, and got a problem here. The official called a foul on someone. Lemaire looks to trigger it in. Bounces into Haas. Haas trying to get away from Robertson. Spins in the lane. Fakes, goes back again, and we're going to get a foul, and if that's on Robertson, that's either 2 or 3. And then I was trying to catch that here. Blue Girls already with 2 in this quarter. That is the 3rd on Callie Robertson. Nauvoo-Colusa having trouble getting in. Robertson saves it and bounds into Shutwell. She's got runners ahead of her, as well as 4 black jerseys, so she'll pull it out here, work the offense. 20-13 lead. 5 minutes left to go here in this third quarter of play as we move it along here. Again, glad you're alongside. TSSR, they bounce it out to Carlisle. Carlisle will keep to work. And now Shutwell with it, spinning on Lemaire, looking to drive in the lane, lobs it down a wide open, putting it up and in is Gillette. And the Blue Girls inch a little closer. Inbounds to Haas. Haas dribbling, wings it up to Denning. Denning on the way to, and a foul whistle on Carlisle. And so at the free throw line will be Scott as they whistle the foul on Eddie Carlisle. And Eddie Carlisle, that is her second. That is already the 3rd on the Blue Girls in this third quarter. And again, 5 team fouls means an automatic 2 shots. Super Knot will come in. She'll replace Renteria. Scott with it. Up and on the way. It is no good, but Haas able to swing all the way through and snatch the rebound. Haas out to Euskus. Euskus dribbles. Comes over to Newland. Newland looking to dribble. Lost the handle on it. Bounces to Lemaire. Lemaire out to Haas, and they'll take a breath and slow it down. Driving in, out. Euskus shot on the way is no good. Haas with the rebound, and they're going to whistle a foul. And that is number 4 on Callie Robertson. Free throw is good by Haas. And coming in to replace her is Renteria. Says 3 on the board. By my count, that's 4. Haas with the second one. It is good. More importantly, here comes Shutwell dribbling up the court. Waits and holds, goes back. Gets a screen from Carlisle. Dribbling in, wait. Out to Carlisle. Carlisle working on Haas. Bouncing out here. 22-15 lead for the Vikings. And we've got a foul on the floor. Newland's going to commit the personal. And Newland will commit the personal foul. That is her first, team first. As Shutwell looks to trigger. And bringing in the lane into Carlisle, out to Supernaut. Partially tipped. It'll go out of bounds and it'll go over to Nauvoo-Colusa. Blue Girls again will add pressure. Into Haas. Haas wheeling and slipping. Haas working her way up to Euskis. Wide open baseline. Jay, no good. The rebound. And nice job, Renteria, but she threw it away. Newland jump ball, possession error, we'll say Carthage. Now, I will tell you, if anybody's watched a junior high basketball game, it is a little silly end-to-end sometimes. 22-15, 3:20 left to go here in this third quarter as Shutwell goes to work. Coming down to the far sideline, and Carlisle traveled. That one, she took those couple steps before she got going, and again, that's a typical junior high thing to do. They are young girls, they get nervous. And Euskis and Haas getting across half court, and we have double dribble as Euskis couldn't get her handle on it. And back will go the other way. Turnover begat turnover. And now, here comes Shutwell. Shutwell looking around, coming to the near side, wheeling back far, and Euskis nearly got it out of there. They bring it down to Carlisle. Carlisle a fake along the baseline, wheels it over to Supernaut, who has it go through her hands and out of bounds. They'll go to work again. Substitution, Weishart's going to come in. As coming out will be Gillette. Charlie Weishart checking in, cousin of Callie Robertson. In to Haas. Haas putting it on the floor, avoiding people right and left, coming across the timeline now down to Newland. Newland out to Euskis. She'll toe up the long shot, no good. Rebound. Weishart snaps it up, and then Newland nearly bats it away. She'll be fouled as Newland commits the personal foul on Nauvoo-Colusa. That's their second. In this third quarter, down to 2:35 left to go here in the third. 22-15 lead as Carthage comes across the timeline. 7-point lead, no time to panic. Down it comes to Carlisle, up to Supernaut, over to Shutwell. Winging to Weishart. They look now for Carlisle in the post. To Weishart, over to Shutwell. Shutwell coming back to the lane, nearly had it taken away, and a foul whistled. They're going to get Euskis on the reach in. Shutwell looking. Throws it in, and Newland knocked it back out of bounds. Shutwell will trigger again. Carlisle and now they're set. I don't know, seemingly a little confusion over what they're running. And now Shutwell works, lobs it into Carlisle. Carlisle's shot is up and in and good. And the Blue Girls knock it down to 5 as Nauvoo-Colusa works back the other way. Nauvoo-Colusa, been a while since they've scored. To Newland. Newland traveled with it. And that's one of those things that pressure can do for you. They got a 30-second timeout whistled. Where? On the floor, right here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
MDH Sport Medicine Rehab is just not for the athlete. We see a variety of ages, getting them from having pain to no pain to get back to their normal activities and their prior level of function.
And we are back here. The Blue Girls trying to inch their way back in. They were down by 18-8 at one point. So right now they're running on a 9-4 run here in the third quarter play. Minute 56 left to go here in the third. Carlisle looked to trigger. She'll bring it into Shutwell. Blue girls setting up a high post set. They've been running kind of a double high post set here. They're trying to clear across. And down it comes. It is Weishart dribbling on the baseline, and Yuska's going to give her second. And you can see the Blue girls have substituted a lot more frequently than has Nauvoo-Colusa, and that you can see a little fatigue. And they're going to whistle that to say it was on the shot. So Weishart up at the free throw line. The official to try to figure out how many team fouls they have on the board here. It'll be Carthage ball out of bounds. Shutwell lobs it into Supernaut. Supernaut puts on the floor a couple times, bounces over to Carlisle, over to Weishart, back to Carlisle. Down to Shutwell. Shutwell giving a look. Minute 38 left to go here. Carlisle with it, driving the baseline, cut off there. Out, got it, threaded it to Supernaut. Shot is up, no good. Rebound tipped, and Scott tips it out of bounds. It'll stay with Carthage. High drama here at Scioto, and again, a little confusion on the inbounds play. As Weishart going all the way around the top, they'll have to lob it out to Supernaut. She'll hold, give a bounce in the corner to Shutwell. Shutwell looking to spin on Newland. Comes back, nearly picked to Supernaut, drives in. Tap, Carlisle three on the way, it is good. And the lead is all the way down to 2. Haas in with it, looking to take it up the floor, has three Blue girls behind her, bounces to Scott. Scott goes to put it up, and Carlisle commits the first personal. And so that will be the 5th on the team, and on Carlisle, that's her 3rd. As Scott will step in at the free throw line, and the foul problem is starting to be an issue for the Blue girls. Free throws on the way, and it is good. Nauvoo-Colusa have been hitting their free throws. So ups the lead to 23-20, first point in quite some time for the Vikings. Second one on the way, good as well. And now here comes Shutwell. Shutwell dribbling around with it, looking to give to Weishart as we work under a minute. Weishart dribbling the lane, lost it. They give it off to Yuskus. Yuskus with a stop. Over for Lemaire. Lemaire pushing it up, fires it up for Newland. Newland back to Haas. Haas gives a look and nearly had it picked. Now does by Shutwell. Pile up for it on the floor. Yuskus able to take it away. We've got a timeout called by Nauvoo-Colusa. We'll step aside as well. 36 seconds left in the third. 24-20 Nauvoo-Colusa right here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
MDH Sport Medicine Rehab is just not for the athlete. We see a variety of ages, getting them from having pain to no pain to get back to their normal activities and their prior level of function.
And Kenny Haas taking a long talk in there, and Shannon Smith working with these Nauvoo-Colusa Vikings. They are well-schooled, well-drilled. Both teams are very well coached. Not only am I a coach, I'm a broadcaster too, so I'm very well coached. As Lemaire will bring it in. Double stack in front of her, in quickly to Haas. Haas is going to look and pulls up for the three. No good. Got her own rebound, goes up, puts it up, and puts it in. And that's one of those you can't have happen, so it makes it a 26-20 trip. As Shutwell bounces out to Weishart. Weishart in the lane, off the backboard, no good. Rebound fought for, tie up underneath. And we've got a jump ball, possession arrow, says Nauvoo-Colusa. 10 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Nauvoo-Colusa up by 6. That last trip netted them 4. And they look, bouncing into Haas. Haas heading up the court, spinning, over to Euskus. Euskus pushes with 5 seconds. Out to Lemaire. Lemaire wide open, shot on the way, banks it in and good at the buzzer. And it's 28-20, Nauvoo-Colusa at the end of 3 quarters of play. Buckle in, folks. We got a fourth quarter on the way right here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
At Country Financial, we enjoy serving the community in which we live, big or small.
I love living in the Blandonsville area. It's where I grew up, went to school, and decided to raise my family. I never had a desire to live or work anywhere other than in a small town. I feel lucky to help my longtime friends and neighbors with their insurance needs. It's like working with family every day.
I'm Brett Powell, your local Country Financial representative, whose door is always open to work with you.
At Western Illinois University,
So that'll be the first on the team in the fourth quarter. And again, it is 5. In it comes. It is into Haas. Haas over to Euskus. Euskus down for Scott. She'll dribble on Carlisle. Go up, put it up, and put it in. And Carlisle had to let her go because she's got 3 or 4. 30-20, 10-point lead again for Nauvoo-Colusa. 5:20 left. Shot by Shutwell high off the glass and kisses home. Makes it 30-22. Inbounds to Haas. Haas looking to get away from trouble. Nearly had it taken away to Lemaire. Up to Euskus, wide open at half court. Double dribble whistled on Euskus. As she kind of stopped, put it down again. 30-22, 8-point lead here for Nauvoo-Colusa as we go under 5 minutes. Nauvoo-Colusa's pretty much led it all the way. As Shutwell dribbles out to Carlisle. Carlisle on Haas. Shot no good as tipped by Haas. And Haas will look as they slow her up at half court. Avoiding trouble over to Euskus. Euskus down the lane, nearly lost it. Gathers it in the corner and super not going to give the foul. And as a coach, that's one of those bumps. Drive you crazy. And that is the third on Carthage in this quarter already. We've got a timeout called by Carthage. 30-22, an 8-point lead here for Nauvoo-Colusa. 4:40 left to go here in the game. Now that is 3 on Super Knot. So that's going to make it kind of interesting the rest of the way. She, Carlisle, and Robertson in a little bit of foul trouble. Pawn Plus is proud to have served Macomb and the surrounding area for over 20 years, providing cash for most items of value. Pawn Plus is the area's largest seller of used items, including firearms. They also provide on-site jewelry repairs and open 9 to 5 Monday through Saturday. They have a great selection of jewelry, electronics, tools, and video games located at 324 West Jackson Street, Macomb, between Erico and Taco Bell. So Nauvoo-Colusa will bring it inbounds underneath the basket. Underneath their own basket here as they set a box offensive set. They basically are selling out to get Haas, and they lob it out top. Newland with a catch and bounces to Haas. Haas dribbling has everybody all over, and they're going to whistle Weishart for the bump. And that is going to be the third on the team in this fourth quarter. Lemaire looking in, bounces into Haas. Haas dribbling around top here. As Haas just meandering around, they're spinning. Down to 4:20, out to Euskus. In the lane to Lemaire. Shot is up, no good. Rebound tipped around. Who's got it? Shutwell out of there for Carthage. Here she comes. As we count down to 4 minutes, out to Carlisle. Carlisle driving lane, bouncing out for Supernaut. Supernaut in the lane, and we've got a foul. We'll see who that's on. I believe that's on Newland. Elliott Supernaut will be up at the free throw line to shoot a pair. And that is the second on the Nauvoo-Colusa team in this fourth quarter. As the Blue Girls will once again try to inch closer. Supernaut, a little too hard off the back of the rim, no good. Second one on the way, no good as well, and Haas in with the rebound. And they'll bring it back the other way. 4 minutes left to go in the game. Haas shredding right through the Carthage defense. Yuska's shot on the way, no good. Rebound tip. And Lemaire out of there with it. Lays it up and lays it in. Big basket there. 32-22. Lead here for Nauvoo-Colusa. Newland with a steal to Lemaire. And now Lemaire will just slowly edge her way across the court. Out for it. Over to Yuskas. Yuskas pulls it out. Lobs it out for Haas out top. Down to Yuskas. Yuskas will put a shot on the way. It is good, and it's a three. Three from the corner makes it 35-22. Back will come Shutwell, and we've got a hold foul whistled on Lemaire. So the lead is now 13. 35-22 here. And now in with it is Shutwell. 3:15 left to go here. As bobbling around there, now they get it over to Weishart. Weishart wheeling back and forth. Gives to Robertson. Robertson driving in. Fouled as she goes in. And that may be way the Blue Girls have to get back into this game. 35-22, 3:02 left to go here in the contest. As Callie Robertson ready to put it on the way. Free throw is good. Ready's the second one, tries to cut it down to 12. Second one's good as well. Makes it 35-24, actually 11, I'm wrong. Into Yuskas. Yuskas working it up against Supernaut. Slows it up. And now they're just pretty much, Haas has two behind her. Lemaire wide open shot is no good. Haas the rebound, puts it up and puts it in. 37-24, 2:40 left to go here. Shutwell up. And Shutwell trying to get it back, traveled with it, 2:40 left. And now you're getting into the point where you may have to chuck and duck a little bit. And they're going to whistle Weishart or Shutwell with a hold. And now Denning going to come in replacing Newland. That is the fourth team foul on Carthage. Nauvoo-Colusa will bring it in here. 2:40 left to go in the game. As they try to get Macy Haas, trying to get it to her. And they throw it into Denning. Denning will get across half court. Lobs it into Scott. Scott traveled with it. And I tell you, that saved the Blue Girls there, because that would have been one of those, kind of been a knockout blow. 2.5 minutes left to go here. Shutwell up. They're going to have to go fast. 2:25 left to go here. Here goes Carlisle. Down the lane, spins. Out to Weishart. She'll shoot a three. That is short of the mark. Yuskas the rebound. And she'll get out of there, come to Haas. Haas looking to dribble, trying to escape trouble. And they're going to whistle a foul. That'll be free throws. And on Charlie Weishart, that will be her fourth. And Macy Haas will be at the free throw line. So Haas will stand in at the free throw line, trying to extend it out to a 14-point lead. Free throw is no good. And we'll still try another one here. That is the 15th foul, so any fouls on Carthage the rest of the way will result in 2 shots. Second one is no good. Rebound, got her own rebound and dribbles it out of there. Out to Euskis. Euskis, 3 is up. 3 is good. The Vikings lead it by a score of 40-24. Back come the Blue Girls. Shutwell to the baseline. Trapped. Out to Weishart. Weishart spinning the baseline. Lobs it up. Shot no good. Scott the rebound. She'll try to bounce it out of there. Robertson, a nice steal. Minute 40 left. They bring it out to Shutwell. Shutwell wheels it around. Out to Carlisle. Carlisle jumped at, puts up a 3. It is no good. Rebound Euskis. And she'll hold with a minute and a half left. It is 40-24, 16-point lead for Nauvoo-Colusa. And we've got a reach and foul. And that'll put Lemaire up to the free throw line. Katie Lemaire. Free throw by Lemaire is good. Renteria and Gillette coming back in. Supernaut and Weishart go out. They'll spot it up. Second one on the way. It is good. Lemaire makes them both. 42-24. Minute 20 left to go here. Biggest thing you can do now, and do not foul. They get it out to Carlisle. Carlisle driving on Haas. Spins, throws it right over to Lemaire, and Lemaire will just walk it up here as we work under a minute left. Steal by near steal. Tapped out of bounds by Renteria. Minute 6 left to go. Inbounds into Euskis. Euskis, up the floor she goes, slows. Kind of staccato dribble as she coming across the timeline. Holds it there, gonna have to get rid of it. Tried to throw it away, and Shutwell picks it up. Shutwell bobbles, 50 seconds left. Shutwell to the baseline. Pulls it out of there, bounces to Robertson. Robertson down the lane. Shot is up, no good. Scott the rebound. And tries to bounce it. Steal by Shutwell. 3 on the way, no good, in the rebound tipped. It is Denning. Smallest one on the floor comes down with it. 30 seconds left. And Euskis just dribbles it out. Just got to let the air out of the basketball. And we got a timeout call by Nauvoo-Colusa. 42-24. 18-point lead for Nauvoo-Colusa here. As the Vikings ladies have played it pretty well. And for Carthage, basically the foul and hope's about all you got, or a quick steal on the inbounds and get chucking threes like crazy. Got to take your hat off to both teams here because they have played pretty well here in this one. Because at the end of the day, you got to remember at the end of the day, these are young ladies. I'll have you hand that to Mr. Finch, Skylar. Got to thank Skylar Martin for doing an excellent job with camera work here. Ball into Haas. We count it down with 28 seconds left. Haas out top, over to Lemaire. Lemaire spins, gives to Haas, and they're just going to deflate the basketball with 17 seconds left. Out to Euskis. Euskis dribbling it out here. Over to Haas. Haas holds on. We go under 10 seconds left to go, and we do have a foul called finally. And that'll be on Shutwell. Macy Haas will be at the free throw line with 8 seconds left. Haas from the line. Free throw no good. And ready is the second one. Up and on the way. Got it. 43-24. That's going to do it all but the shouting. As as Shotwell dribbles it out. We'll pump a three as the buzzer goes. And the Nauvoo-Colusa Vikings have knocked off the Blue Girls 43-24. Give Nauvoo-Colusa a lot of credit. Well fought, hard game for both teams here tonight. And Nauvoo-Colusa had the shots falling when they needed as they take this one home here, and we'll head on to face, as I dig it up here, they will head on to face the winner at Virginia on the 29th, as they will face, I believe, the winner of Liberty and Bluffs. We'll turn things over to Mr. Jason Finch.
It's too bad anybody has to lose a game like this. Over the years I've watched, and I'm sure many of you have watched, two Hancock County teams play each other, both deserving to probably go on farther, and one of us has to lose. Congratulations to both teams. This year, the IESA decided to hand out 2 sportsmanship awards based on a girl who shows positive attitude towards teammates, opponents, and officials, gives the best effort on the field, does not argue calls, is respectful to officials, displays positive body language at all times, and helps elevate the playing behavior of their teammates. So those 2 recipients, the first one is Macy McConnell from West Central. And the second is Maya Shotwell from Carthage. Thank you, girls. Now, ladies and gentlemen, direct your attention to the playing area of the presentation of the 2023 IESA Class 2A Girls Basketball Tournament Regional Plaque. We'd like to recognize both teams on their exceptional play during the regular season and the regional tournament. Congratulations to the Carthage Blue Girls, which ends the season with a record of 21 and 2 losses. Let's meet the Vikings of Nauvoo-Colusa, who are the champions of the 2023 regional tournament with a record of 20 wins and 1 loss. The champions of Nauvoo-Colusa, please step forward to receive your plaque.
And ladies and gentlemen, on that scene, we'll end our coverage of this regional championship. Thank you. As we always used to say, folks, as we'll let that linger a little bit longer there as they celebrate with family and friends and all that, we will say thanks for tuning us in. Thanks for turning us on. This has been TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH. And we've been proud to bring you this special presentation and coverage of the regional championship here from West Prairie.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.